Hello, my name is Sarah, otherwise known as Sarah Says Hi here on YouTube. If you're new to my channel, I follow a ketogenic diet. I've been doing it since 2019, June 30th actually, so I'm coming up on 1 year of my ketoversary. I decided to try 1 week of keto alternative day fasting. So if you're curious on how I did on my first week, then stay tuned. So what prompted me to start keto alternative day fasting? Now, I've tried intermittent fasting in the past, and actually when you look at my YouTube channel, it was about 8 years ago. I tried to do intermittent fasting to gain muscle and to lose body fat, of course, but I did it the lean gains method, which was still eating carbohydrates. I was doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting several times a week. I didn't have great success with intermittent fasting doing the lean gains method. And I think it was because I was not eating the right foods. Sometimes I was counting calories, like in the very beginning, I was counting calories and my calories were very low. I was having like 1,500 calories. Bottom line, in 6 months, I lost like maybe 7 pounds. And I didn't think that that was enough. That wasn't significant enough. So I just deemed intermittent fasting as not working for me. I was actually inspired by Keto Kelly. I'll put a link down below to her channel. She actually inspired me because during quarantine, she has been doing alternate day fasting. And I am just like inspired by her because she had been losing quite a bit of weight through this method. And I just needed something to jumpstart me. When I did my last update, which I believe was in February, I think I was weighing in 186 then. Well, through quarantine, like many of us, I put on the weight. I put on 16 pounds and that was quite alarming for me. Even though I wasn't going like totally carb crazy, I was still keto, but I was having too many carbs. Some days I was having 50 grams of carbs, some days 100 grams of carbs. I guess I was eating more low carb than keto, even though in my mind I thought I was doing keto, but I wasn't tracking calories, and I was doing a lot of baking and I was just eating whatever I wanted. So yeah, when I saw that the scale was creeping back up towards 200, I had a major freak out. And I thought, okay, Sarah, you've got to do something. If you don't stop this, we're gonna be right back where we were when we started keto last summer, which June 30th, I was 210 pounds. So I wasn't about to allow myself to get up there again. I briefly researched keto alternate day fasting. There is not a lot of information on it at all. There is a guy named Alternate Day Faster who has a YouTube channel. He's kind of been off of YouTube for several years. So his videos are from 3 to 2 years ago, something like that. And he doesn't have very many, but he did keto and alternate day fasting, and he lost something like 70 pounds in 6 months. I binge watched all of his videos. I did research on alternate day fasting from other channels, from articles I read online, and some do the modified method, which is you have 500 calories on your fasting days. But to me, that's not really fasting. You're breaking your fast with the 500 calories, so you're not getting the benefits of autophagy, which is what most people want from intermittent fasting, or at least from these prolonged fastings. If you don't know what alternate day fasting is, what I do is I eat a normal keto diet. I'm watching my calories, and actually what I did was I did copy what Rachel Sharp recommends in her videos, which is you take your TDEE and you take your BMR calories and then you do the average of them, and then what your average is what you eat on your feeding days. Wednesday evening was the start of my fast. So I fasted for 36 hours, which means I didn't eat until Friday morning because I started Wednesday night at 6 p.m. broke my fast at Friday morning at 6 a.m. I try to stop eating again on my eating days by 6 p.m. And then I do that every other day. So for me, I think I did 4 days of fasting. It wasn't just 3 days. So that means I only had 3 days of actual eating days during the week. My very first day fasting, I was okay until I hit about the 24-hour mark. Once I hit the 24-hour mark, I got an excruciating headache. I felt nausea to the point that I end up going to bed early. So I'm getting into bed right now. It's only like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock actually. The headache has gotten a lot worse. In fact, I feel nauseated. I'm just barely at 25 hours fasting right now. I don't know how I'm going to handle 36 hours other than going to bed. I have no choice but to go to bed. Mainly the headache is killing me, and I took some tension headache with caffeine medication to see if that would help, and I took that like maybe an hour ago, and it's so bad. And I never go to bed this early, but I need to because I just feel so nauseated and the headache is brutal. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this, guys. The headache went away a couple hours later, and then I woke up like 12:30 in the morning. So sleep was kind of rough the first couple of days that I was fasting. Not the nights that I ate, but the nights that I was actually fasting through the night. I found myself only sleeping like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So this is day 3 of my 30-day alternate day fasting. And it is 12 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock is when I'll hit 24 hours of fasting. I decided to go ahead and try the concoction that has like the apple cider vinegar, a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of salt, and I think Thomas DeLauer says to put in cream of tartar, but I actually have the new salt, which is potassium. So I just threw like a fourth of a teaspoon into that. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is a concoction. It's probably like 10 ounces of water in there, and I threw a couple of ice cubes in there. It has 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and then it has the 1/4 a teaspoon of the new salt, which is potassium. And then I threw in probably like maybe a fourth of a teaspoon of salt, the Redmond's salt. I like that one the best. So now I'm just gonna taste it, see how it goes. I'm not a fan of apple cider vinegar, I'm really not. Yeah. Oh, and did I say that there's a tablespoon of lime juice in there? I don't remember if I said that, but yeah, it's not good. I put a couple of drops of stevia because he did say that you can have stevia. So yeah, I put like 3 drops of stevia in there, and it's bitter, guys. It's bad. But I'm going to get it down because a lot of people said that it helped them feel refreshed. It helps get your electrolytes in balance still while you're doing your fasting. Okay, so it is the end of day 3 fasting, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. It's about 10 o'clock. No headache today, so yay, I'm really excited. So what I did to make sure that I was not going to get a headache is that I added more salt to my water throughout the day. I would say that I had about 3 teaspoons of salt total for the day, and I just made sure that I just put like half a teaspoon in every glass of water. I also made that drink that I showed earlier. I had 1 sparkling water, and then this morning I made an iced tea for my breakfast. So I made sure I definitely got a lot more liquids in this time. So yay, no headache. I'm really excited about that. I did notice that my stomach was growling several times. I would say it hit me around noon. And then it hit me again around 2 o'clock, and I tried to drink a sparkling water at that point. And maybe it helped it combat it a little bit, but then I would say like maybe around 7 o'clock or so, I felt it growl again. Right now it's not growling. I get to eat at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hi guys, so this is day 4 of my 30-day alternate day fasting, and I am in shock. I just weighed myself and I have lost 6.6 pounds in 4 days. So that's 2 days of actual non-eating days and 1 day of eating. So today is actually an eating day. I know that most of that is probably water, maybe all of it was water, but my goal is just 12 pounds for these 30 days and I'm already halfway there. So I'm probably going to surpass 12 pounds of weight loss during this 30 days alternate day fasting. Hey guys, so this is my 5th day of alternate day fasting, and today is a fasting day. So I started last night at 6:20 p.m. and right now 6:21 p.m. So I'm at the 24-hour mark. I've decided I'm going to check my blood sugar just to see. I was curious because that first day I was really sick. I was nauseated and all of that. And so what I had to do was order the Keto Mojo, not sponsored, paid for this with my own money. I ordered the Keto Mojo so that I could have the tabs, because I have this one, Precision Extra. This is obsolete. They don't make this anymore. They have newer models. And so it's really hard to find the testing strips for it anymore. It's very, very expensive. So I decided to go ahead and buy the Keto Mojo. I do have testing strips left for my ketones for this one, so I'm going to use those up. As well as I'm going to use my old Lancet because I have like 200 Lancets left still for this one. So I won't bother using my Keto Mojo one just yet. But this is my first time using the Keto Mojo. I don't know how you do it. Something about you put this little thing in the Keto Mojo to make sure the code matches with the test strip codes. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so blood glucose. 87. And now I'm going to do my ketones over here. Okay. Ketones is only 0.2. That's terrible. Like, I've been strict keto on my eating days, and I've been having less than 20 grams of carbs, so I actually expected my ketones to be a lot higher. This is really embarrassing, guys, but I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to be brutally honest with you on what happened. So the first 2 days that I fasted, I started to notice that my bowel movements were a little loose. Like, I didn't have bowel movements on the days I was fasting, obviously, because there's no food to digest. I'm talking about the days that I ate. I had loose bowels, and they would happen like maybe an hour, 2 hours after I had a meal. I decided to go for a walk. Well, guys, I hope you can hear me, but it's about 6 o'clock, and I just started my fast because I had my last meal, and I actually wasn't hungry for it. So I made this keto lasagna on Sunday night, which was my eating day, and I decided that was a good day to meal prep. But I had 2 servings, which came out to 12 grams of carbs, and I was full. And I still had quite a bit to eat. I needed to eat something like 1,000 calories just to put me at 1,700 for the day. But I end up only eating like 1,600 because I had the lasagna, and then I decided to have 2 hard-boiled eggs just to get a little bit more calories in. But it was funny because like when it was dinner time, wasn't even hungry, like not at all. And now I'm taking an evening walk because I feel like it, and I haven't done any exercise in a while, like probably 6 weeks, something like that. So here I am walking. And what happened during my walk, I did not pass gas. I suddenly felt the urge that I needed to have a bowel movement, and I knew I was in trouble. I was probably a good 5-minute walk from my home still, and I needed to use the bathroom right then and there. So I clinched and brisk walked as fast as I could home, went straight to the toilet, and I was on the toilet for about 30 minutes, and it was just like explosive diarrhea just shooting. It was like water just shooting right out my butt. It was awful, and I was mortified, especially because I nearly crapped my pants, walking. That was a big mistake. Well, I started doing research and found out that this explosive diarrhea hits when you're doing extended fasts, meaning 24 hours or more. When you have a meal, you're going to have diarrhea, and you're going to have diarrhea because your body, it stops producing the enzymes that are needed to digest food. So the minute you have your first meal, you break your fast, there's no enzymes to break it down properly. So your body is just going to get it through your system as quick as it can by releasing water with it. So, so I found out the hard way about that. My next fasting day, I experienced this at work. Brilliant. And I try to have small meals for my lunch at work because I was afraid of the diarrhea, but I felt the urge. I had to go. I'm treating patients. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but I'm a physical therapist assistant. I work with geriatrics. So I am physically lifting patients. And on one of my treatments, I was thinking, oh my God, if I lift this patient, I'm going to crap myself. So had to go excuse myself and run to the bathroom. It wasn't diarrhea, but it was very loose. So I had to do some more research to figure out how the heck am I going to take care of this. I read and discovered that psyllium husk powder, they say to drink a tablespoon or two, like when you're breaking your fast. And what that does is that's fiber, and it helps absorb some of the liquid that's in your GI tract so that food can process a little bit slower and you won't have the violent diarrhea. So I'm trying that today, even though I'm past my first week. This is already going 2 days into my second week now. So I tried it today. I will update you guys on that. So I'll just go ahead and finish playing the rest of the footage so you can see how my week went. Good morning, guys. So I've completed my first week of alternate day fasting. Yesterday was a fasting day. I just did my weigh-in. I'm so excited about my results. You have to stay tuned for the end of this video to find out how I did. And now I'm just going to check to see if I'm in ketosis and to see what my blood sugar reading is. Blood glucose, we have 84, a little bit lower. Oh, finally in ketosis at 0.9. So it took me a whole week of alternate day fasting to get into ketosis. Now, the minute you've all been waiting for. How much did you lose, Sarah? How much did you lose? So I lost 8.8 pounds. Yeah, guys, I am thrilled.
Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside.
So I end up weighing 193.2. And the other interesting thing about this is I was testing my blood glucose and my ketones on every fasting morning. It took me 1 week to hit ketosis. When I did my 7th day glucose test and ketones test, I finally registered 0.9 ketones. All the other days that I had tested it, I was only like 0.2 and 0.4. So it took me 1 week to hit ketosis. I can't imagine if I wasn't fasting how long this would take me just following a ketogenic diet to hit ketosis. I'm thinking it would probably take me several weeks. There is my 1 week update. I am going to do this for 30 days for sure. Totally committed to 30 days. So make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned to my videos where I'll be updating this every week, and then see how much I lose in a month. After a month, if I really like this, I just may stick it out for several months and see how I do. I'm at the point where I really want to get down to my goal weight. And I don't really have like an actual pound weight that I want to be. It's more about body fat percentage. I'd like to be like 25% body fat. Right now I'm like 34%. So I would like to hit that. That's my goal. And then I'm going to be looking into getting my loose skin removed, especially on my stomach, because that's the part that really bothers me. So I've been saving up for that. I don't know how much it's going to cost, and I don't know how much weight I actually need to lose before I have that procedure done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed down below. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon and it will notify you whenever I've uploaded a new video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.